Championship Wrestling, bringing you great wrestling action, sanctioned by the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
Welcome to World Championship Wrestling. David Crockett with Tony Schiavone. Tony, as always, we have an exciting program for him.
And we're going to start the program here today, David, with a look at the National Heavyweight Champion Ron Garvin. Also on the program, World Heavyweight Champion Nature Boy Ric Flair. And also U.S. Heavyweight Champion Magnum TA. And David, we have a very special main event here today, six-man tag team action.
That's right. You're going to see Mad Dog, Buzz Sawyer, Pistol Pez Whiteley, and the Italian Stallion. They take on Bob Roop, Ole, and Arn Anderson.
And that is all right here today.
That's right, on the Superstation.
If you're ready, let's go to the ring for our first event here today on World Championship Wrestling. David, on the left, the National Heavyweight Champion Ron Garvin against Larry Clark. And we've seen Ron Garvin before, and he just keeps getting better and better and better each week.
That is right. Ron Garvin, he is, I guess you might say he's not a very flashy wrestler, but he goes in, he's steady, he's the National Heavyweight Champion. This man, when he punches, he is something. Good amateur background. There you saw right there. He just took him down. He's a cautious wrestler. He goes in there. Now watch him. He'll tie up. He's trying to feel his opponent out, wear him down.
He can really adapt to any type of situation or any type of opponent. David, also let's tell the fans we'll see World Television Champion Tully Blanchard with Baby Doll here today. Got to take a look once again at the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and talk to him more about his gorilla in that cage, Betty Lou. And also, we're going to get a look at the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. Paul Jones with Abdullah the Butcher will be here today. So it's another exciting program right here on the Superstation.
All right, Clark trying to pound away on Garvin. Garvin comes right back. That heavy right hand.
There's where he gets his name right there. Set him right down to the mat, he did. Larry Clark went down, and look at that, David, once again.
All right, snapmare, he takes him. Goes down for that pin. A little bit too quick. All right, now he goes. Starts to work on the head and the neck. Like you're saying, Tony, the World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair, he's on our program. Plus, Magnum TA, United States Heavyweight Champion. Remember last time when they were on the program what happened? So anything goes.
I certainly do. If our fans will recall, Ric Flair said, come on in the ring and let's get it on right now, and it really never did come to pass.
But if you notice, Rick, he backed out of that ring. He
really did, David.
It's something. All right, but in that ring now, the National Heavyweight Champion, Ron Garvin, snaps Mr. Clark back. Heavy right hand takes him down to the mat.
Ron Garvin stays right on top of him. You know, many wrestlers, after knocking a man down to the mat like that, will let him get up. Ron Garvin not that way. Stays right on top of the action. And a good takedown once again. Notice how the fans are really behind Ron Garvin. Very popular wrestler.
Yes, he is. Clark comes out of it. Garvin stays right on him, spins around. Hard right. Takes him. Throws him out.
Hell, right now, Ron Garvin may be hitting as hard as anybody I've ever seen before.
Garvin bends him back. Yeah, there are a lot of people after the National Heavyweight Champion Ron Garvin because everybody wants a championship. You know, Paul Jones and his army, Abdullah the Butcher, the Barbarian, Superstar Billy Graham. They'd like to have that National Heavyweight Championship. Bob Roop is another man.
And a reminder, we'll see Bob Roop on our program here today as he teams up with Ole and Arn Anderson to take on Mad Dog, Buzz Sawyer, Pistol Pez Whiteley, and the Italian Stallion. That's all right for you here today on World Championship Wrestling, where the finest of the NWA are brought right to your living room each and every week. Ron Garvin now size him up, David. Now that time, Clark got the best of it.
Switch now by Garvin. Throws him in. There is that right hand again. Right on the small of the back. Garvin didn't try to pin him, though. Picks him up. position. Hard slam. Drops that elbow. Stays on him.
Hey, Ron Garver's kind of slowed down the pace of this match a little bit. We'll recall when it started out, it was a very quick pace. And now he's just really sizing his man up and taking his time.
Well, I've been watching Garvin. Oh, he's got him up. Got suplex. He wants Mr. Clark to suffer a little bit because if you notice, Clark tried to kick him in. Clark tried to kick him in the chest, in the stomach. So now he wants to make it. All right, now he has him in the sugar. Bends it back. This stretches that neck.
But you know, David, it's important for Ron Garvin not only to win on nationwide TV, but to be very impressive, very devastating on TV, because he has to send a message to all opponents that he not only is a national heavyweight champion, but he's a very, very good national heavyweight champion.
Well, that he is. And if they want to find out, all they have to do is get in the ring with the national heavyweight champion, Ron Garvin. Right now, he's just putting that pressure on that neck, slowly but surely, cutting the blood in the wind off. All right, he has him up. Another hard right hand. All right, he's up. He's up on the second rope. Dives. Knee across the chest. That's it.
Ron Garvin came off the middle turnbuckle that time. The knee right across the chest of Larry Clark. Mike Fever raises the hand in victory as the national heavyweight champion. Ron Garvin is the winner, David, and a very impressive win for him.
Are you watching here? Ron Garvin goes up on that second rope. Now watch him drop that knee right across the chest. And your winner, the national heavyweight champion, Ron Garvin.
First of all, here today we're talking to #1 Paul Jones and this man, Abdullah the Butcher.
You know, just shut those people up for a second so the people can hear what I have to say. Well, let me tell you something. Jimmy Valiant has declared war. So let me tell you something, Valiant. You remind me of a man that takes one step forward and two steps backwards. Dusty Rhodes has a gorilla in a cage. Well, let me tell you something. This is my animal right here. Valiant, this is the man right here, Valiant, that's going to turn your lights out. You declare war. Well, this is the man that's going to put you on R&R for the rest of your life. When I say an animal, I mean an animal. A man that can get in the ring and do anything I tell him to do or anything that he wants to do. I see this man in action on his own without anybody telling him what to do, and the man is truly an animal. One of the greatest compliments anyone's ever gave me is they said they hate Abdullah the Butcher. That is a compliment.
That's it from #1 Paul Jones along with Abdullah the Butcher, and we'll be back with more right after this. This is the very dapper Tully Blanchard, world television champion, along with Baby Doll, his perfect 10, still holding on to the world television title, and something you've been known to do, and that's to hold on to titles for a long time.
Well, you know, Tony Schiavone, you got to be born to be a champion. You know, you can just get in the ring, but you got to have it in your blood to be able to hold on to it. It's one thing, 1, 2, 3, but then Dusty Rhodes, so you held it for, what, 6 weeks, 8 weeks? And then Dusty Rhodes is no longer the champion. I have it, the World Television Championship. Now, Dusty Rhodes, just a short thing about you. When you're the former champion, when you've been defeated, you got to go back down and reprove yourself. Reprove yourself. Go back to the bottom of that ladder. There's a lot of people that deserve shots at the World Television Champion because I'm a fighting champion. I'm not somebody that just hides in the closet. You know, there's raging bullies in the ring. The people are going to get to see him right now. He's a great, great man, a great contender. Ronnie Garvin, the national heavyweight champion. You just saw him, how tough he is. Magnum TA, the U.S. heavyweight champion. And the list goes on and on. Maybe even Dick Slater. You know, there's a lot of tough people that deserve shots at this. So, Dusty Rhodes, don't come out here on television, on national television, on the Superstation, and talk like you're the only one in the world that can wrestle me. Because I tell you what, Dusty Rhodes, You've got to prove yourself to me again because I am the champion. I am the man that dictates all the rules when it has to do with the World's Television Championship. And don't you forget it, because you know, Dusty Rhodes, when Baby Doll and I walk down that aisle or go through the airports, any parts of the country, it's a great thing when they say, there goes the World's Television Champion. And Dusty Rhodes, they don't say that about you anymore.
He is the World Television Champion, Tully Blanchard, along with Baby Doll. Now back to the ring for more exciting action here today on World Championship Wrestling. You heard Tully Blanchard talk about the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. There he is, David, against Paul Gardner.
And he is some bull, too. The Raging Bull. This young man, he's a Vietnam vet. He's a ball of fire. When he goes, he definitely goes.
Not only that, David, former offensive lineman for West Texas State.
Yes.
And
Nice takedown.
you know how strong and tough offensive linemen have to be. Many people don't realize that probably in professional football, offensive linemen, and even in college football, offensive linemen have to be some of the strongest men in football.
Definitely so. Hey, but you look at the Raging Bull, you have to think about Thunderbolt Patterson. You have to think about the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Ole and Arn Anderson, because Manny Fernandez, along with Thunderbolt Patterson, they have gone after the National Tag Team Championship. That's right, because, ladies and gentlemen, as we told you last week, Ole and Arn Anderson are the National Tag Team Champions. They defeated Thunderbolt Patterson and the Raging Bull, really in a very controversial match. But the Bull and the Bolt, they are after him, and they're not going to stop.
Paul Gardner now slowly getting to his feet. The Bull may be a little bit too quick for him in this match. Gardner very tall, very lanky. And look how
Good move.
Look how quick the Raging Bull is. Down goes Paul Gardner again.
All right, see, the Bull realizes this man's smart. All right, Gardner is a lot taller, but I guarantee you he's not as strong as the Bull. So the Bull takes him down, and watch him bend those arms back. All right, pulls him up. It's almost like a surfboard.
Something else about the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez, very schooled in the martial arts, knows all the Oriental means of fighting. And really, there's a blow right there that set Paul Gardner down.
That was to the chest. That's really to sort of knock the wind out and really to intimidate Paul Gardner. All right, puts that elbow across that arm.
You mentioned about the Raging Bull and Thunderbolt Patterson. I'm sure Thunderbolt has to be very pleased that he has the Raging Bull as his partner, because the Raging Bull has a history of being a very good tag team partner.
That is true, because at one time, Dusty Rhodes and the Raging Bull were the World Tag Team Champions.
That is right. And that was not too long ago. They went on to lose the titles to the Koloffs. Koloffs have the titles now, but the Raging Bull, a very, very good tag team wrestler.
And he is a fantastic singles wrestler. All right, here's Gardner. He's going to pick him up. All right, an Anderson move, slamming the man on the arm.
David, that's right. That is a patented Anderson move, and he's working on the arm again.
He's trying to show the Anderson. All right, big boys. If you can do it, I can do it too. Working on that arm. Has him, bends him back. Control your opponent. Intimidate him. And that's exactly what the Raging Bull is doing to Paul Gardner.
Obviously sending a message to Ole and Arn Anderson. The Raging Bull working on the left arm of Paul Gardner. There you see Gardner. He's down in a lot of pain also.
Remember, coming up, six-man tag team action. Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer, Pistol Pez Wiley, and the Italian Stallion against Bob Roop and Ole and Arn Anderson.
That is going to be one exciting match. Also, World Heavyweight Champion Nature Boy Ric Flair will be here. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA U.S. Heavyweight Champion. You'll see Nikita Koloff, many others on this hour of World Championship Wrestling.
Only the best. And you see one right there. The Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez bends him back.
Determination on that face, David. And it's determination and hard work that's gotten the Raging Bull as far in the sport as he's gone. One of the truly top stars.
Look what he is doing. He's got that arm bent back, using that leg. Gardner, I know his mind is going 100 miles an hour trying to figure out how to get out of that.
The Bulls had him locked up for quite a while now. You're right. Paul Gardner is just on the mat trying to work out some sort of plan to remove the Bull from him, but I don't know if that's going to be too easy for him to do or not.
I know. The Bull just laid a tap on him there. Here you see the referee just waiting. There it is. The Raging Bull wants him to get up and fight because the Bull wants a fight. Gardner, switch now by Manny. Comes in. Double thrust right in the chest. The Bull goes down for that pin. He hooks that leg. He's got it.
We've seen that double thrust many times, David, and once again a very effective double thrust as the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez, wins once again. Here you go.
Watch him, double thrust right in the chest, knocks the wind out. Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull, goes over and pins him. Your winner, the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez.
And coming up next, we'll talk to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Back on World Championship Wrestling, at this time, we'd like to wish happy 50th anniversary today to two fans who watch us all the time. We're talking about two fans from Redby, Minnesota, John and Doris Bailey. Happy 50th anniversary today. They watch us. They live out on the Indian Reservation, Red Lake Indian Reservation in Minnesota. And congratulations on your 50th anniversary. We'd like to hear from you. If you have an anniversary of 50 years or more, write to us right here at World Championship Wrestling. There's the address. It's a new address now, and please write all your correspondence to this address. World Championship Wrestling, 620 South Omni International in Atlanta, 30303. We'd like to hear from you about anything. So write to us right here on World Championship Wrestling. Now let's bring in this man right here, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and this can mean only one thing, Dusty. You have your gorilla with us again.
Traveling throughout the country, all over the world the last week, everybody be talking about the gorilla. Be talking about how bad the gorilla is. Most of all, the Koloffs are wondering what the gorilla is doing. Well, I tell you what, live and in color right here today. Come on over here, gorilla. How you doing today, brother? I ain't lying. What you got? Interview him, man. Talk to him, brother.
I don't know.
Say something to him. Come here, gorilla.
How's your week been? Can you understand what he's saying?
Yeah, man. He say, how your week been? Say, the week been good, Jack. Look into the camera, gorilla. Look over there. I want to see his face. I told you last week, gorilla. I say, you be good. I got a present for you. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. You understand that? I have went all the way and flown your mother in live and in color, Jack. Wait right here. I'm going to get the gorilla's mother, man.
There goes Dusty Rhodes. Going supposedly, wait a minute now, going supposedly to get your, to get his mother.
Look what I got. The gorilla, look at that. Is that home? Is that homecoming? Look at that. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Turn around, mama. Turn around. This is the gorilla's mama. The gorilla. Look at that, Koloff. Give me a kiss too, mama. Oh, I love it. All right. Now, dear Koloff, you got to understand, you put me in this place. Now, then, I'm going to take care of business. This is risky business, baby. The world title's going to come to me and the gorilla. How you doing, darling? Can you say something?
She said something.
What you talk about a job? I got a banana for your mama. Are you happy, baby? Are you happy? It's so good. Come on, mama. Let's go back now. I'm going to take your mama on out.
Well, there he is, and there he goes, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, with the mother of his gorilla, and he really did it. Right here on World Championship Wrestling. We're just about set to go once again, David Crockett, for another exciting match right here today on World Championship Wrestling. Dusty Rhodes, like we said, a man of his word.
That's right. He brought the mother's, the gorilla and the mother. He brought everything. That is something else. But in the ring, we need to go to the ring right now because there you see the world heavyweight champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair against Ron Rossi. The Nature Boy always dressed in his splendor.
That is a gorgeous robe. Look at that, David. And there he takes off the robe, displays the World Heavyweight title. The Golden Belt.
Always takes his time, though. Have you noticed? Always.
Well, he is the man. He is the center point of professional wrestling, so he thinks the whole wrestling world is on his time.
Well, I agree, but you noticed last week, remember, somebody is not on his time, will not let him dictate to them. I'm talking about United States Heavyweight Champion, Magnum TA. They came out and they started talking, and Mr. Flair said, all right, let's get in the ring and wrestle. And Magnum took him up on it, but Mr. Flair ducked out.
Here against Ron Rossi. You know one thing, David, though, Flair has wrestled so many top contenders for his title. He has wrestled the best. He
Yes.
really has.
He is the best because he's the world's heavyweight champion. Everyone's after that championship.
But when Magnum TA crawled in the ring, I'm sure Ric Flair knew.
Week after week.
Now he's talking to you, David.
Better than this.
I don't know if our fans heard what he said or not, but he was talking to you, David.
Yes, he was.
Anyway,
Maybe we can arrange for Magnum if he wants someone else. You know, last week he asked Magnum to get in the ring and then he left. Maybe we can get Magnum in the ring with him.
maybe so. He said you're going to have to do better than this. Just last week in the ring, he had.
He had one of the best and he left.
That's right. We're going to talk to Ric Flair later on right here, so you'll want to stay tuned for that.
Watch him pound away on Ron Rossi. The champion, the world heavyweight champion, the man that is number one. You're looking at him. Ric Flair, he lives and breathes that championship 24 hours a day. You have to be the world heavyweight champion. And he is some champion. Some people love him, some people hate him, but everyone respects the champion. Everyone. Ric Flair just taking his time with Ron Rossi, just really playing with him.
He really is, David. You can tell the way he's in the ring, the way he is pushing Rossi around, that he's really just playing with Ron Rossi right now. Flair has much, much more experience than Rossi does, and that really means a lot. Think about all the guys that Flair has gone up against and how many times he has come out ahead. Ron Rossi really not in the caliber of the champion, and the champion now starting to work him over. Look, some anger on the face of the champion.
Hey, this is what Flair wants. He's trying to get Rossi mad. Rossi is intimidated by the champion, and the champion says, all right, I'm going to intimidate you a little bit more. I'm going to throw you outside the ring. And now, he's coming right after him.
Going right after him on the floor. The world heavyweight champion.
This is professional wrestling. Now wake up. Get up.
The champion, he wants people that will go after him. All right, now, watch. Rick, up. Elbow the back of the neck.
You think this is Hollywood?
And notice how Flair stays on top of Ron Rossi. Doesn't let him take a breath, continues. Once he threw him in the ring, he went right back in and got him with an elbow drop. When he threw him out, he went right back down after him.
That is right. Ric Flair, he is some champion.
Has him tied up in the ropes now, David. Flair with that big, well, using the fist now as Mike Fever is warning him.
I guarantee you that after Mr. Flair finishes with Ron Rossi, he will definitely have a great respect for wrestling and the world heavyweight champion, Ric Flair.
I think Ron Rossi may have had that before he got into the ring. There's a 2 count. Rossi kicks out. Flair's not concerned about him kicking out right now at all.
Come on.
Not concerned at all as the world heavyweight champion, Ric Flair. Works on the arm now of Rossi.
Let him off the rope.
Boy, did he. Uh-oh. He's got him. And Rossi did not want to move on that. All right, now, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, does what he does best. The figure 4, he's got it locked. A Applying that pressure to Ron Rossi. Has him exactly where he wants him.
That is it. The bell still holding on, though. Flair with that figure 4 leg lock to Ron Rossi. And there he is, fans, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, none other than Nature Boy Ric Flair.
That is right. There's only one World's Heavyweight Champion. You see him right there, Ric Flair. Now watch him. Look at him chop away at Ron Rossi. He gets him, picks him up. Now watch him. Suplex. Has him. And your winner, the World's Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
And coming up, we'll talk to Ric Flair, so stay tuned. We're back at ringside now, and let's bring in the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Another very, very impressive win.
Tony, anytime I take time out of my schedule to appear on a television program, especially one that's nationally televised all throughout the world, you know that I'm going to be looking good. Now, there are a lot of people out there around the world that have a misconception that professional wrestling is made up of a bunch of clowns. This is the greatest sport in the world. No games, no Hollywood, no rock and roll, wrestling. The name on the marquee is professional wrestling. It's a man's world. And you gotta be a man to be part of it. So I'm telling y'all right now, and we'll start with Magnum TA, we'll go to Dusty Rhodes, we'll go to Dickie Slater, Manny Fernandez, Carlos Colon, Bob Armstrong, Harley Race, Von Erich. It makes no difference. The name on the marquee is NWA. The name under my name is champion. It makes me the best in the world. And nobody is going to claim to be the world heavyweight champion until he goes through me. So Rhodes, Magnum TA, y'all out there, take a good look at what's going on. Not just another pretty face, not just the best looking man alive, not just the best dressed man, but the greatest athlete on the face of this earth, brother. And when you wake up in the morning, you do yourself a favor. You pattern your life after Ric Flair, and you'll be something. You'll be something in this world that someone can say they're proud of. Because Ric Flair is what's happening in the world of professional sports. Pass the word around, Daddy.
I certainly will. World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Now let's go to the ring once again. And he mentioned Magnum TA, David Crockett.
That he did.
There he is, the U.S. Heavyweight Champion.
And he is some man, too. Ric Flair, the World Heavyweight Champion. When he talks, you have to listen.
No doubt about it. You really have to. He had some very interesting comments, some very good comments,
Yes, he did.
I would say. And not only that, passed on some warnings to Magnum TA, but I'll tell you what.
To everyone.
To everyone. The young man, U.S. Heavyweight Champion, Magnum TA from Virginia Beach, Virginia, is one spectacular champion.
Nice arm drag by the United States Heavyweight Champion. Comes up with that arm bar. Ric Flair, when he was standing here talking to you, he was looking over at Magnum and really sort of pointing his comments towards him.
He really was. Our fans will recall once again last week what happened. Flair challenged the U.S. champion to come into the ring, which he did.
Beautiful move! Beautiful! Magnum TA, belly to belly, suplex, caught him in midair, took him down. Fantastic.
It was an incredible move from the U.S. Heavyweight Champion as George South had climbed up on the middle turnbuckle, and when he came off,
Watch this.
he ran right into the belly-to-belly suplex from the champion. Watch this.
He's got him. Belly to belly, down, and your winner, United States Heavyweight Champion, Magnum TA. Coming up next on World Championship Wrestling, David, we're going to take a look at Nikita Koloff.
one half of the World Tag Team Champions, 1/3 of the World Six-Man Tag Team Champions. He goes up against Ken Glover, but right now let's talk about Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant.
That's right. There's a state of war that exists. Jimmy Valiant against Paul Jones, Abdul the Butcher, the Barbarian, and Superstar Billy Graham. And that is something else, really.
It's a state of war that Paul Jones and his men brought on themselves. And right now, let's go to take a look at Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant and Valiant's War, the state of war that now exists.
The Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, declares war on Abdullah the Butcher, Superstar Billy, Paul Jones, Barbarian. This is Valiant's war. I will take no prisoners. I will not surrender. I will be terminated, or I will terminate Star, Barbarian, Jones, the Butcher. This is Valiant's war.
In the ring, Nikita Koloff against Kent Glover. There you see in that far corner over there. There you see him closer now. Ivan Koloff, the teacher, talking. And you see our fans right now. They have definitely got Nikita and Ivan upset.
They're singing the national anthem and waving the American flag. I don't know. Now, Ken Glover's in a not too good a position to be in right now because
you know it.
Nikita Koloff is mad.
And he is an animal, a machine. Look at that. The strength that he has. But I can say one thing for the Koloffs and Crusher Khrushchev. Okay. As they bring out the best in Americans. They bring out the pride in being Americans. But that Nikita, he's tough. He is awesome.
The fans here are really after Nikita Koloff. Now reciting at ringside the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Ivan Koloff, very unhappy about that.
He's just glaring over at him, trying to make him be quiet, but fans, don't let them intimidate you. That's the one thing that I'm really proud of our fans because they don't let them.
And, you know, that's one thing Nikita Koloff, Ivan Koloff, and Crusher Khrushchev rely on. That's intimidation in the ring.
You stand up to him. You know, you might get banged around, but you can stand yourself in the morning. Ken Glover, he's in there. He's against an awesome machine in Nikita Koloff, one half of the World Tag Team Champions and part of the six-man Tag Team Champion team. Look at him. Glover trying to get out, but he's fighting to get out. He's not giving up. There you see Old Glory, the American flag. The Koloff said, they're going to control the world. And that means they're going to control us. They're not going to do it. Hard right hand by Nikita Koloff. You have people like the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, the World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair. They're not going to let it happen. Look at him.
Especially Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream.
Hey, what about the World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair? All right.
And especially
Dusty.
the Gorilla, who is really studying Nikita Koloff, looking intently at the moves of Nikita Koloff, and actually very upset at Nikita Koloff.
Look at him. They're going after him. They say that they've appointed Nikita Koloff to be the World Heavyweight Champion. He's got to beat the champion to do that. Plus, they're going to have their problems with the Gorilla and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Especially since the Gorilla has his mama.
Really a nice Mother's Day present.
And Nikita's yelling for Ric Flair. Across. Here's a Russian sickle by Nikita Koloff. Look at him. Look at Nikita.
Ken Glover is
something.
out. And now Nikita Koloff will not let up. Choking on Ken Glover. That really upsets the Gorilla here at ringside if Nikita Koloff's hand is raised in victory.
Look at the Gorilla. All right, now they're looking at him. They're looking at the Gorilla. Now let's watch it. Watch this Russian sickle. He comes. He catches him. Took his head off. Your winner, Nikita Koloff.
Back at ringside, we have Thunderbolt Patterson with us, along with the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. Good to see you guys with us again.
Well, you know, you talk about tag team situations. You're talking about Dusty Rhodes, American Dream, my main man, and his Gorilla against some nasty, ugly Russians that are going to get taught a lesson. Then you talk about the national tag team title, and you're talking about Ole and Arn Anderson, little Arnie running around with a belt now. Well, Arnie, that don't make you that much more of a man, because this time it's going to be down to serious, awesome get-down rock and roll. And when it's over, said and done, somewhere in this beautiful country of the great US of A, it is going to happen. And we're going to meet again, and I guarantee you, the Gorilla might be on our side, and we're going to take care of some business. Ain't that right, Bo?
So that was very well put. Very well put. You know, there's no need saying anymore. I mean, you see all the changes that's being made, and it's just a new environment. The Gorilla is ready. Everybody else is ready. So it's just bring them on. We're going to do the best that we can.
That's it, baby. Bring them on. Let's get down to doing what it's out to do. Taking care of business, baby. Like everybody else in the great US of A. It's taking care of business the USA way, baby. That's kicking Heine.
With Thunderbolt Patterson, the Raging Bull, we'll be back for more right after this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, six-man tag team action for you. Buzz Sawyer, Pistol Pez Watling, the Italian Stallion, against Bob Roop, Ole, and Arn Anderson. In the ring right now, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer against Arn Anderson. Hang on to your seats.
Arn Anderson going to work quickly, but here comes the Mad Dog back, David.
Takes him now, whips him across, switch now, Arn. He's got him, Mad Dog's got him down. Oh!
Had Arn Anderson really that time, and now Pistol Pez Watling against Bob Roop. Would you talk about a veteran? What a move that was.
Yes, all right, now, but watch. Pez now. Roop catches him with an elbow. Takes him, whips him across into the ropes, comes off. That body block by Pez, goes down for the pin. Roop quickly kicks him off. Good standing drop kick. Look at Roop, he goes right in after him, makes that tag. Darn. Arn Anderson comes in. Pez catches him, takes him down with that leg. This is action. Good takeover by the Italian Stallion. Quickly they come up.
The Italian Stallion, obviously a very strong young individual, showing some quickness there also, and now against the veteran.
That is right. Ole feeling him out. Stallion goes back. Ole grabs that arm.
Immediately going to work on the arm, asking for a knee from Iron Anderson. And now here comes the youngster. One half of the National Tag Team Champions, Iron Anderson.
The Italian stand quickly comes out, has the arm. Iron catches that leg, single leg takedown. Tags Bob Roop, ties the Stallion up. Roop's got that headlock. Right there in the ropes. Roop holds on, takes him over. Head scissors. They kick out quickly. Up foot. Good slam. Roop trying, both men jockeying. He's got him up.
Great move that time by Roop with that suplex, setting him down, and now here comes Iron Anderson again. Iron Anderson. He really has gone a long way in a short period of time in this sport.
The National Tag Team Champions, Ole and Iron Anderson. All right, now, he's in the corner. Paz got him headbutt. Takes him down to the mat. Paz is ready. Goes after both men. All three of them. Ole tried to come in. Paz takes him to the corner. Tags the Mad Dog. Whips him into the ropes. Come on. Good elbow. He's got him up. Got him up. Yes. Suplex. Hard down on the mat. Ole tries to come in. Now the Mad Dog going back and forth. Has Iron Anderson. Makes the tag to the Italian Stallion. Double fist into the back. Picks him up. Suplex again. Goes down for the pin. Hooks that leg. Iron is just too strong. He kicked out.
He is too strong, but not a bad move at all by the Italian Stallion to try that suplex and try to get a quick pin. However, now he's in the wrong place to be.
With the wrong man, Ole Anderson. Look at him.
The Andersons are masters at working you over in their corner, and now they're working on the Stallion, but look at that strong individual there.
All right, the Mad Dog goes after the arm of Ole Anderson. Anderson trying to make that tag. All right, the Mad Dog holds on. Still has that arm bar. Ole trying to reach over to tag Roop. Pulls him back. Pistol Pez now. Has the tag. Headbutt into the arm. Makes the tag. But they have Pez down. They stomp away on him. Iron picks him up. Slam. Goes back. Knee into the chest. Goes down for that pin, but you can't pin Pez that way. You can't lay on him. They stretch him out. Now Bob Roop has him. Picks him up. Backbreaker.
Obviously, Pistol Pez Wiley now, David, in a lot of pain from that backbreaker.
And Ole Anderson realizes he goes after him. But now he tags the Italian Stallion. Hard right hand. Backdrop on Roop. Good slam. Hip toss. Ole catches him with a knee. The Italian Stallion trying to pound away on him.
David, he's working on all three men, unfortunately. All three men are still in there. He doesn't know really who to take right now. And now Ole Anderson.
Good slam by the Italian Stallion. Now he slams Iron Anderson.
David, if this match would happen to end, we would have it for you. Let's take a break and come back with our second hour of World Championship Wrestling.
Bob Roop now has the Italian Stallion in that armbar. He's got all his weight on him, Tony.
We'd like to welcome our fans back to the second hour of World Championship Wrestling, and we start off where we left off in the first hour with action going on in the ring. Bob Roop, Iron Anderson, and Ole Anderson. And now the Italian Stallion.
Ole Anderson has him. They're starting to work on that arm. Excuse me, Iron Anderson. As you see, they're related, so they look similar.
Oh, a lot alike. You know, the Italian Stallion has to be given a lot of credit here. He was actually working on three men because they kept tagging in and out. He kept working on them, and now he's tied up in the corner, and he really needs a tag right now to either Buzz Sawyer or Pistol Pez Watley.
Ole Anderson is yelling, hurt him, hurt him. Yanking on that arm. Stallion trying to pound away. Good move by Iron Anderson. He ties up the legs. Ole comes right in. Bends him over. Ole Wants that arm. He has it again. He's yelling instructions. What's Ole going to do? He's got it. Twisting the arm. The Italian staying. Like you said, Tony, he needs to make that tag. Pez is out there. He's psyched up. He's ready. Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer, he is definitely ready to get in that ring. All right, Bob Roop. All right, look at that. Look at that. Mad Dog and Ole are getting into it. But Roop is pulling on that arm of the Italian staying.
The plan is the Anderson way, and that is to hurt and try to injure the left arm, and Bob Roop going in with it. Here comes Arn Anderson.
Right back to the arm. They take the staying down on that mat. Staying with the arm.
The chant of Stallion, Stallion, Stallion comes from the fans. He needs to get to that corner.
Can he hold on? Can he make that tag? Pez is out there. Mad Dog is out there. They want to get in. All right, makes the tag now. To Ole Anderson. Anderson. Hard right. Right into the shoulder. Look at him. Look at him going to the ropes. Using the ropes to his advantage. Holding, just waiting. Breaks on the count. He knows how to use the count and the ropes to his advantage. What's he going to do? Pulls him down on the mat. Tags. Bob Roop. Roop has him. Has that arm. Twists behind him. Position. Rams him. And that turnbuckle. Look at him yank on that arm. Roop using his height.
Really is. Bob Roop using the height, and the Italian Stallion is really taking a beating here in the corner.
Can he stand it much longer? Again, he needs to get out. He needs to make that tag. Pistol Pez Whiteley, he's over there. He's ready. Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. He's ready. The Andersons and Bob Roop, they've set their game plan. They know what they're going to do. They picked out the Italian Stallion. They say, all right, we're going after him. We're going after his arm. Can the Stallion? He's trying to make it. Ole comes right in. Takes him into the ropes.
There was a super move by Arn Anderson as he actually blocked the Stallion from going to the corner. Using his back and shielding the Stallion back into the corner.
Still has that arm. Using the ropes. Bends it across. Twisting. All right, the Stallion trying to get over there. He needs to get over and make a tag. He's just about there, halfway there. Roop's holding and goes right after that arm. Yanking on it. Come on. He can't give up. He's got to make that tag. Arn Anderson comes in right after that arm.
The Stallion's so close.
He's got him, no, the Stallion's got it. The Stallion, almost.
He had him, David, but Ole Anderson came in, and now there's Bedlam in the ring.
I didn't think they could take it much longer. Pistol Pez Whiteley. Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. Wait a minute, the Stallion's got him. 1, 2, 3, he's got him. Ole comes on the top rope. Knee in the back of the neck. Ole goes down for the pin. He's the wrong man, though. He's the wrong man.
He's not even the right man. It was Arn Anderson in the ring, and then Ole Anderson, when Mike Fever had his back turned, came off of the
referee. Tony, the referee just gave the match to Ole and Arn Anderson and Bob Roop.
I can't believe that, David. Buzz Sawyer says, no, there's absolutely no way that can happen. And the win was actually stolen away from Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer, Pistol Pez Whiteley, and the Italian Stallion. We're back here at ringside on World Championship Wrestling, and I mean, the pin was there from the Italian Stallion. We saw it. You, the fans, saw it. Everybody saw it.
That's right. So you fans, you be the judge. You know, but hey, here's the man right here. World Heavyweight Champion Ric
I don't
Flair.
mean to barge you, but you just had an opportunity to see a classic example of what I'm talking about in the greatest sport in the world. My cousins, the Andersons, and Bob Roop took 3 great wrestlers.
That's right.
Buzz Sawyer's a great wrestler.
That's right.
They took 3 great wrestlers, and they showed them why they're the national tag team champions. You see, you people out there have got a little soft. You've got a little spoiled. We're talking about professional wrestling. You keep your mouth shut, punk, or you'll be in the ring next. This is the greatest sport in the world. The National Wrestling Alliance World Championship Wrestling. You people out there, you thank whoever you got to thank for the opportunity to see Ric Flair and any other man that has a championship belt from the National Wrestling Alliance around his waist. Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, Wahoo McDaniels, all of you, line up. There's only one world champion, and you're darn lucky to be standing next to him.
World Heavyweight Champion Nature Boy Ric Flair, back in just a moment.
In the ring right now, Thunderbolt Patterson against Randy Barber. Thunderbolt, the Raging Bull, after that the National Tag Team Championship held by Ole and Iron Anderson. It really is going to come down to 2 men, Ole and Thunderbolt. They have to settle their thing between them.
You know, I hope Thunderbolt Patterson saw in his dressing room what happened just a few minutes ago with Ole Anderson, just to show you how the Andersons can continue to hold on to those national tag team titles.
They cheat any way they can.
Now, it's obvious that, blatant obvious that Ole Anderson was not the man in the ring.
You know what surprised me, though, was Ric Flair out here, the World Heavyweight Champion, condoning what his cousins, the Andersons, were doing.
Blood is thicker than water.
I guess so. In that ring right now, the Thunderbolt Patterson, Ole Anderson. How do you defend yourself against a man like Thunderbolt Patterson?
You made a good point. The national tag team titles now reside with the Andersons. However, the issue between Thunderbolt Patterson and Ole Anderson still not settled. It'll have to come down to these 2 men in the ring, and a lot of bad blood between these two, considering Thunderbolt Patterson came out weeks ago when all of this first started, and he wanted to know what was going on, and then he was actually attacked from behind.
That's right. I tell you, though, Thunderbolt Patterson has a very good man beside him. I'm talking about the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. You can always count on the Bull to help him at any time. And I tell you what, the National Tag Team Champions, Ole and Iron Anderson, I'm wondering how long they will stay the National Tag Team Champions with Thunderbolt Patterson and the Raging Bull chasing them the way they are. Randy Barber having his problems right now with Thunderbolt Patterson. Coming up in our program, you're going to see United States Heavyweight Champion Magnum TA plus Crusher Khrushchev, Abdul the Butcher, World Television Champion Tully Blanchard with his perfect 10 baby doll.
And also, David, we're going to come up in just a few moments. We're going to take a look at Nature Boy Buddy Landell. I said Nature Boy Buddy Landell because we had the Nature Boy out here not too long ago, and we'll have a chance maybe to talk to James J. Dillon about his Nature Boy. We're talking about Nature Boy Buddy Landell. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes, so stay right with us.
Plus, you're going to see the dream, and there's only one dream. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes and his gorilla.
And also, we'll try to talk to Ole and Arn Anderson. And David, I'm going to ask him about what happened. So back me up on this, okay?
I will, all the way to the door.
Okay. We do have to ask him about what happened. Obviously, the wrong man was in the ring, but they came away with a win.
All right, Thunderbolt, watch it. State Barber whips him into the ropes. Catches him, double thrusts, goes down, hooks that leg. He's got him. That he does. Your winner right there, Thunderbolt Patterson.
Very impressive win, David. Thunderbolt Patterson jumps up quickly, as quick as a cat. The double thrust, and off of the ropes went Randy Barber. Thunderbolt Patterson came on with that double thrust, and David, we're going to take a look at it once again.
All right, here he comes. Double thrust into the chest. Thunderbolt drops down, hooks the leg, and your winner, Thunderbolt Patterson.
We're back now with James J. Dillon. We mentioned earlier about your Nature Boy Buddy Landell.
Well, it's obvious to me that Nature Boy Ric Flair, the world's heavyweight champion, has dominated the 2 hours of World Championship Wrestling this evening, and I think deservedly so, because he is in the pinnacle, the top of the heap. He is the world's heavyweight champion. But the same as he casts a dominating figure, there is also a large shadow behind him, and that shadow keeps growing larger and larger as each week goes by. And of course, I'm talking about Nature Boy Buddy Landell. And I feel a lot of interest in Buddy Landell for one reason, because I've had people stop me on the street and say, hey, I watch national television. I saw Buddy Landell lose a match. I saw him lose 2 matches. Well, Buddy Landell could lose 10 matches on national television, but I wanted to prove the point that James J. Dillon has a unique ability to seek out raw talent and to develop it. And that's precisely what's going to happen with Nature Boy Buddy Landell. And already I've received calls from all over the country. Just this past week, we went to Hollywood, where he was to audition for an upcoming movie. And while we were there, not wanting to waste the time, I brought several of the tapes of Nature Boy Ric Flair. The cameras were there to capture what happened. And I want you to take a look at the next Nature Boy, the Nature Boy. I'm talking about Buddy Landell. Okay, look at him. He thinks he's taking him home. Boy, he's got him right where he wants him. He's got him down flat on his back. I've watched Flair for so long, I almost know what he's going to do before he does it. And when I'm through with you, Nature Boy, when you get in the ring with Ric Flair, you're going to know in the back of your mind what he's going to do. Every move that he's going to make before he ever makes it. There he is, the world champ. Look at him, flat on his back. He's not infallible. He is not infallible, and you've got to have that in the back of your mind. He can take punishment. He's tough. I'm going to give him credit for that. But if you stay on top of him long enough, watch. Look what's happening here in the corner. He's staying on top of him, but a man that was physically prepared, mentally prepared, and in shape, that had him in the corner. He should be on him. Buddy, are you watching what I'm telling you? He should be right on him here in the corner. Look at that. Look at that, Nature Boy. Look at it. Oh, I'm just savoring the day when we get him right where we want him, when he thinks it's just another match, another day, another time. Are you watching and listening to what I'm telling you? And it's going to be the biggest surprise of his life.
JJ, you're a genius. You've turned my whole career around. But to be totally honest with you, when it comes to Ric Flair, he simply bores me. And this is my night, the Hound.
With another girl, play with another heart. Placing high stakes, making hard saves. He's loved in 7 languages. Jukebox life, diamond night, movie light, high in the sky. Heaven help him when he falls. Diamond light, lover boy. He moves in space with minimum waste, maximum joy.
JJ, I only got one thing to say. Ric Flair, move over. That's right, I said it.
His heart is cold. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator.
Well, our day, and I'm sure yours, would not be complete without talking to this man, U.S. heavyweight champion, Magnum TA. Welcome back to World Championship Wrestling.
Well, thank you very much. As always, it's a pleasure to be here. You know, the competition is always the finest right here in the NWA, and right here on the Superstation, we've been bringing it all together.
You know, I want to ask you a question. Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion, the situation that took place between you two last week, he says he wants true competition, yet he would not wrestle you.
Well, you know, I don't know if that was some kind of little psychological ploy of his. I don't know exactly where the man's coming from. I realize he's a tremendous competitor.
Wait a second, please. He is here, the man we're talking about.
I heard J.J. Dillon make one statement in the last 15 minutes that was correct. When Ric Flair takes time out of his schedule to be on a nationally televised program, he dominates it. So when I walk out here, you keep your mouth shut. You understand? Now, you made the mistake of attempting to embarrass me. You made the attempt to insult me. You made the attempt to climb the ladder to reach the top without paying the proper respect. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You and your rinky-dink chain and your pumped-up muscles, this, as I said earlier, is the greatest sport in the world. I'm wearing the big one. You keep your mouth shut, you're going to find yourself in the ring in a minute, too. You want to climb the mountain, you want to be where only one man is, then, brother, you put up or you shut up. Put your name on the contract, become a star overnight. Believe me, just the privilege of wrestling me will put your name in the book along status symbols like Dusty Rhodes and Harley Race, Wahoo McDaniels. Anybody that's ever enjoyed 60 minutes with me, brother, is a man and can walk the streets in this great sport and hold his head high. You haven't been there yet. When you're ready, I'll let you know, Daddy.
You know, I don't need my name put in any book. I'm the United States heavyweight champion. I'm the #1 contender for that belt of yours. And last week it was you that called me out, and it was me that called your number, and you walked away.
I did you a personal favor that I won't do again. I gave you the opportunity to walk out of this station, the U.S. heavyweight champion, undisgraced, and still on a plateau that makes you, in your eyes and your eyes only, a tremendous man. In my eyes, you're a contender for this. You see, if you'll allow me, yours is silver, mine is gold, weighs 10 pounds, and represents 80 years of the greatest athletes in professional wrestling. It's me, Daddy, that's going to make your chimes ring when I decide, and only when I decide.
The fact remains.
No. Go ahead.
You're going to have to deal with this situation. You know, it's real nice to stand out here on national television right now and talk about being the greatest. You are the world's champion, and that's just great. But I haven't had the shot as of yet. And until that day comes, it'll only be talk. But you'll get your chance, and I'll show you what I can do.
Looks like the world champion to me, Daddy.
What about that? Magnum TA, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
It's gotta happen.
Two champions right out here, and Magnum TA is still with us. Some of your comments.
You know, as a man who obviously has a tremendous amount of pride in his championship. And, well, he should be the world's heavyweight champion. But the fact is, he isn't going to push me in any corner because I know what I can do, and I know when I get my shot, Ric Flair, you're going to have more to deal with here than you've counted on.
Words from U.S. heavyweight champion Magnum TA interrupted by world heavyweight champion Nature Boy Ric Flair. And now joining us, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, back with us.
You know, watching Ric Flair, the American Dream, and Magnum TA and everybody here, now we got to deal with everybody all over the world. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, now then the Koloffs got to deal with me and the Gorilla, because now then the world titles, the lines are laid out, the lines are drawn, and my baby's here. Gorilla, from here on out, you're going to be known as the world's tag team champion. Give me a kiss, baby. Woo, that's a sweet sugar. And just in passing, I want the Gorilla to send out a personal Mother's Day message to all the mothers. Go ahead, baby. I love it. Come on, Gorilla. The Gorilla beat down Jackson. It's all over.
Okay, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the Gorilla, with a Mother's Day message here on World Championship Wrestling. And now let's, David, come on in here for just a second. That was quite an exchange between the world champion and the U.S. heavyweight champion.
It really was. But the thing is, you know, Dusty and his Gorilla, they've always said they're going to be the world tag team champions. The Gorilla and Dusty against Nikita and Ivan Koloff. It can happen. It can happen. We can have new tag team champions, the Gorilla and Dusty.
Speaking of the tag team champions, let's go back to the ring.
All right.
For more exciting action today on World Championship Wrestling. On your right, Crusher Khrushchev going up against Alan Martin. He has one half of those World Tag Team titles, along with the senior member, Ivan Koloff. And once again, the national anthem is sung by the fans here.
And they are waving the flag, the American flag. It ticks Crusher Khrushchev off. Whips his man in. He's got him up, presses him high in the air. Look at him. He presses him again. Hard slam on him.
Crusher Khrushchev.
Another part of the machine.
Another part of the machine, and if you hear him talk, you'll say to yourself, why? He speaks perfect English. He has no Russian accent, and that's because he was born in Russia, raised in the USA.
Just call him a traitor. All right, he's a traitor.
He is a traitor. And then he said, to heck with this country, the country that raised him, and went with the Russian ideals.
That's right where America belongs, right down there.
There you hear him.
I don't like him at all.
Crusher Khrushchev, 1/3 of a world six-man tag team champions. Crusher Khrushchev on a bear hug.
The Gorilla is loose.
The Gorilla has come to ringside. He's come to ringside. He's at the corner. Ivan Koloff is in the ring.
Is that a rushing bear?
The Gorilla. You see the fans.
The fans like the Gorilla.
Wait a minute now. Dusty's going to have to go get him. Dusty Rhodes has to chase him down at ringside. He's broken loose. Finally takes him away. Ivan Koloff, he was scared.
I'd like to get Ivan over here and ask him why he jumped in the ring.
He was really concerned.
Such a big man, Ivan Koloff, the leader of the gang. Now I'm talking about his Nikita Koloff, his own personal gorilla or animal. Crusher Khrushchev, who's in the ring right now. There you see him. Here. Ivan Koloff. Stomping away. Alan Martin.
Oh, did he hit hard on that floor?
The back of his neck.
Wow. He hit hard on the concrete floor that time. Crusher Khrushchev really upset. Upset about the Gorilla, upset about the fans singing the national anthem of the United States of America.
They've got him. I just don't like Crusher. I don't. You know, there's one thing with Nikita and Ivan. All right, you can expect that from them. But him, you should. No, it's just not right.
No, because he really knows better. He grew up knowing and thinking much better than this.
Look at him. But,
you know, David,
Ivan has taught him well.
I can't get over that gorilla coming at ringside. He was really interested in what was going on. And Ivan Koloff went in the ring.
All right. Dusty Rhodes said the gorilla and Dusty are going to be world tag team champions. Ivan, you know, when he saw him, he scooted in the ring. So, you know, it's possible.
A look right there at the Russian Hammer, and as you well know by now, that is nothing but a blatant chokehold.
You better believe it.
Pressure Khrushchev applied it to Alan Martin. Martin went down, and now he's still down, obviously reeling from that choke.
Come on, Martin. You know, we know Crusher Khrushchev. He's pounding on him, but Martin needs to fight back. You can't lay down. Not for somebody like Crusher Khrushchev or Nikita or Ivan Koloff. You gotta fight back. You gotta get it, but you gotta fight back. There's that sickle.
The Russian sickle levels Alan Martin.
Puts that Cobra. He's got it. He's got it hooked in.
That's the Cobra hold. Hooked on Alan Martin. Big Crusher Khrushchev has him down.
Martin's gone limp. He's gone limp.
Yeah, David, that's it. Bell rings, match is over. Crusher Khrushchev, the winner of the match. Ivan Koloff.
Look at Ivan.
Well, he can talk big now.
Big man, real big man, Ivan Koloff. The man's down and out. He goes over and yells at him. Why'd they do that to the gorilla? I like to see him try that with a gorilla.
In slow motion once again. The Russian sickle. Down goes Alan Martin. And the winner, 1/3 of the world, 6-man tag team champions, Crusher Khrushchev. We'll have more coming up. Don't go away.
All right, Tony in the ring. Paul Jones with part of his army, the human tank, Abdullah the Butcher, against Mark Jeffers, and the Butcher starts the work. Pounding away at that chest, Tony.
Big right hand that is taped up, now choking on Mark Jeffers. Paul Jones with commands at ringside. You're right, David, a human tank.
All right, Jones standing out. Abdullah just waiting. Jones
really is.
I look at Jones. Oh, brave man. He's another one that's real brave when a man's down. There you see a very good look of Paul Jones, a man that has war declared against him.
And that war comes from Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. We saw it earlier.
Yes. And Valiant, as you saw, means business. But I tell you, he's got some tough ones. Abdul the Butcher, the Barbarian, Superstar Billy Graham. Jones, he's got some real tough men. But Valiant, I've seen him before. When he says war, he means war.
Now the Butcher with that right hand taped up. Jeffers has a lot of heart and a lot of character in that ring, but he is no match for the size of Abdullah the Butcher. What a gigantic man. Look at him. Just one big individual. Moves slow around the ring. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
That's probably 400 pounds.
Every bit right on top of the back on the shoulder blades of Jeffers.
There you see Jones. The man's down. He takes that cane. It's got a metal tip on it. The Butcher biting that rope.
Getting leverage. Clamping those teeth down on that rope. Pulling on the arm, the neck, gouging out the eyes of Jeffers.
Jones very calmly standing over there, showing his approval.
This Abdullah the Butcher is a wild man. David, you know, he has really stood in one place the entire match.
He doesn't like to move much.
Not at all. He has stepped on the man. He's gouged at the eyes. He's kicked him out of the ring. When he gets back in, he knocks him down again.
All right, I just thought of something, Tony. That might be his disadvantage, too. The boogie woogie man, Jimmy Vant, he moves. He moves around quite a lot. Look at out of the ring. He almost got one then.
Boy, he certainly did. Jeffers hit hard out of that ring, and he is down right now. You can see him over there at ringside. Jeffers hit hard. Abdullah the Butcher really working this young man over.
Referee now counting him. Jones just leaning up against the ring, just waiting. He's got the tank in there. Abdullah the Butcher now sees his prey, rams his head into that turnbuckle. Now he headbutts him. Jeffers trying to hold on. Can he get back in the ring? I think Abdullah's going to help him.
Brings him back in the ring, and now Abdullah the Butcher.
His clothesline. Watch this. Here comes a real big smack.
It lifts him off the ring. He goes down on top of him with the elbow. The winner of the match is Abdullah the Butcher. Paul Jones with a smirk on his face as he comes into the ring. Oh, no, and now he's laying on top of him. All of that weight down on what has to be a very tired, very beaten Mark Jeffers. He won't get up. Finally, Abdullah the Butcher wins the match.
Watch this. Now watch the Butcher. He clotheslines Jeffers, then he backs up. He sets himself, and he comes off to squash Mr. Jeffers with that elbow. Your winner, Abdullah the Butcher, and his manager, Paul Jones.
On the first hour of World Championship Wrestling in a suit and tie was Tully Blanchard, now ready for action, the World Television Champion with Baby Doll.
I tell you what, better way to finish up 2 hours on the Superstation with the World Television Championship. You're going to get to see just exactly why I wear the World Television Championship belt. You've already seen why Ric Flair is the heavyweight world's champion, and you're going to see why the other world's champion is the world's champion in just a few moments.
Words from Tully Blanchard along with Baby Doll, the Perfect 10. And a reminder, you're watching World Championship Wrestling. Back with more right after this.
Are in the ring right now, the world's television champion, Tully Blanchard, with his Perfect 10, Baby Doll. And the championship is on the line.
Right here on Nationwide TV, Jim Jeffers. Now, Baby Doll, look at her. Right in the face of Jim Jeffers.
Taking care of her man, Tully Blanchard. She is some woman. She's over 6 feet tall.
Yes, sir.
Step back. Clear the rope.
Tully Blanchard, we've seen this so many times. He starts out like he's going to go by the rules. And then, well, how does it end up, David?
He ends up winning any way he can. Hey, look at that. He caught. All right. Okay, here they start already. Intimidate. All right, they're going to intimidate the wrestler, and they're going to try to intimidate the referee, too. He has Baby Doll out there. She's going to start yelling. There you see her just very, very photogenic.
Oh.
But she packs a wallop. We saw her waffle a guy last week.
We certainly did. Smacked him right in the face. But you're right about her beautiful smile, and it scorched Tully Blanchard everywhere. Obviously very intent in the match. And, you know, David, we've seen her so many times influence the outcome of a match.
Oh, yes.
Come on, big boy.
You know, a tiger is a beautiful animal to look at. But you get near them, they'll eat you alive. And I think that's the same way with Tully's Perfect 10, Baby Doll. All right, Tully in there, intimidating. Drops that elbow across the lower back. Jeffers gets over to the ropes.
Jeffers really has to control his temper, keep his emotion on a plain level, and then try to stay right in there with the champion.
Tully wants you to lose your temper.
That's
because when you lose your temper, you lose control. Always. There you see his perfect 10 baby doll.
All right, Tully, step back. Leave him off. Step back.
Blanchard once again getting the dander up of Jim Jeffers. Blanchard really feeling good. We mentioned last week when he was right here and was world television champion, how good he felt and how light on his feet he was, and much the same this week.
He's a changed man.
But one thing he is, you have to give it to him, he is a very good wrestler, but he's very confident in his abilities in the ring.
Oh, definitely. In the ring and outside the ring. Mr. Blanchard is very confident in himself. You have to have an ego to be a champion.
And believe you me, he's got one.
You better. That's for sure. All right, there he's over in the corner. He's wrestling in that corner, so he can be close to his baby doll, close to his perfect 10, to show her exactly what he can do. And she stands there, approving.
He's getting plenty of approval.
Taking it all in, just loving every minute of it. Look at her. All right, here. Tully comes in now, stalking his prey. Uh-oh. All right, now see, he's getting Jeffers mad.
Once again, a smack in the face. Tully Blanchard just taunting Jeffers now. Look at that quick move.
He's a crafty wrestler, isn't he?
He really is. And, you know, we've heard a lot of things about how he defends his title and how he wins his matches. Obviously, he uses deception a lot.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that dislike Tully Blanchard, but there are some, I don't know exactly how many, but definitely like Tully Blanchard for the way he wrestles.
That's right. We've received letters here at World Championship Wrestling about Tully Blanchard, about liking him, and you have to say, though, the man's a champion. Regardless of how you hold on to it.
You have to respect the championship, whether you respect the man or not, the championship.
There are many, many professional wrestlers in the world, but so few champions.
Yes.
So when a man has a title, you got to give him his due credit.
There again, there's his baby doll, his perfect 10. She's just grinning. She said,
he was asking her, I think, what should I do next? She says, I don't know, I don't care, do anything you want to do. And look at this.
So he's starting. Throws him out, throws him to his woman.
Now what she's going to do? Taunting Jim Jeffers.
Because she's looking over at Tully to see exactly what he wants her to do.
Down goes Jeffers once again. Well, Tully won't let him in the ring. He's telling referee Mike Fever to get him in the ring faster, but if Tully won't let him in, there's nothing much a referee can do.
That's true.
Oh, now baby doll pushing on him.
Toughie. Didn't see a toughie, though.
Uppercut that time, David.
Picks him up. Slingshot. Yes. He has him. He has him.
Tully Blanchard, as he jumps up, both hands raised up. That's it. The winner, and there's the belt from Baby Doll, the perfect 10. He is the world television champion, and he wins once again. It took one strong individual to get this man up.
That's right. He has him up. Slingshots off of that rope. Watch this. Tully suplexes. Mr. Jeffers rolls him over, pins him. The champion, the world's television champion, Tully Blanchard.
We are back at ringside, and as said, we have the National Tag Team Champions, Ole Anderson, Iron Anderson, with us. And I need to ask you one thing, Mr. Anderson. Believe you me as anybody else respects your ability, you and Ole, as the National Tag Team Champions, but why earlier did you have to resort to the wrong man coming in the ring and to steal the match away from Pistol Pasquale and his partners?
We didn't steal anything, Tony Schiavone. We took the match legal, fair and square in the ring. I don't know how you add up. I don't know how you calculate who's supposed to be legal, who's supposed to be illegal. That's a six-man tag. That means, number one, you don't turn your back. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. You don't turn your back.
You turn your back and you get smacked on your butt for the 1, 2, 3. That's their problem, not ours. We got out with a victory. That's all that needs to be said. Everybody saw exactly what happened.
Well, they did see exactly what happened. The winners of the match were Bob Roop and the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Ole Anderson with us also.
You made a comment before. You said you had to respect somebody with a belt. You had to respect Tully Blanchard because he's the world television champion. Well, you have to respect us because we're the national tag team champions. That means we're better than anybody else in tag team wrestling. And when I think about some of the people out there talking right now, pig face making all their comments, they remind me of a lot of doggone names I've been called by not just them, but by people like Thunderbolt Patterson. Well, Patterson, all my life I've had to say yes, sir, and no, sir, and I've had to be nice to you, and I've had to be nice to everybody else. Well, for the first time in my life, I can be what I want to be, and that is just any way I want to be. And that includes saying up yours or whatever. Thunderbolt Patterson, I'm sick and I'm tired of talking to you. I'm tired of looking at you and that kid that you got with you, Manny Fernandez, or Dusty Rhodes, or anybody else. But I'm going to start. Arn and I have got a list, and we're going to put Thunderbolt Patterson right at the top of that list. Now, I've told you before, you look, and you can tell when you look in a person's eyes whether they're full of it or not, or whether they're telling the truth. And I'm telling the truth just as sure as I'm standing here. Somewhere along the line, we're going to get rid of you, Thunderbolt Patterson. I mean, get rid of you. I'm not going to see any more hands coming out. I'm not going to be looking for any opportunity. I'm not going to be looking for help. You're going to be looking for a new place to go, and you won't even be able to walk to get there when I get done with you.
Words from the National Tag Team Champion.
A long way from forgetting about you too, Raging Bull. It's not over yet, Jack.
And we'll see you next week.